amber lamps. You probably want to hear about the insanity. You probably want to hear about they want to know if Dave is okay. They want to know if Dave is all right. I don't think so. I think me almost dying in that motorcycle crash fucked my head all up. Fucked my heart up. Fucked up a few things, man. Sarah, I cannot read your comment, for I am driving. And to read your comment would put my life in danger. More so than it already is. I'm not afraid. I'm just ready for it to happen. The unseen hand, hard at work. Has anybody else ever experienced the unseen hand? Well, let me tell you, it's not pleasant. And it doesn't matter if you're doing drugs or if you're not, if you're working or if you're not. They will burn you. And I mean physically burn you. It doesn't bother me. Not like it used to when I first started getting burned. It used to really bother me. And people would say, well, Dave, it's because you're doing that shit. And so, Dave being Dave, I did experiments on myself. I would stop doing drugs. And the burns would still happen. The rearranging of things would still happen. And then you pay attention to those who say, it's because you're doing that shit, Dave. Pay attention to them in the way that it's kind of like they're telling on themselves. And And then you look them in the eye and you say, but I'm not. And they scoff with disbelief. But only you know what you're doing and what you're not doing. They circle around you and they put people in place. And you think of Ed Chin and you think of what he said. I don't kill people, I make a motherfucker want to shoot himself. And you think of this statement, and you think of the burns, and you think of all the technology and the sensors and the computer programs and the circle that they've placed you in. I make a motherfucker want to shoot his self. And you think, what does that mean? Ah, the torment, the torture. What do you mean torture, Dave? Well, the chemicals, the gases. The people that they have in place to discredit what you see, feel. And sometimes you say to yourself, I do want to shoot myself. And sometimes, because you see it all happening, I've been blessed. And you wonder how, Dave? I've been blessed with slightly waking up as I'm being burned. It's funny because it's a mix, you know, I think it's an acid and oil mix. And when the oil dries, the oil is a catalyst. And when the oil dries, the corrosive begins to take effect. And you see the oil hit your pants. Sometimes the mix is kind of more corrosive than it is oil, and it hits your clothes and it puts a hole in your clothes. Or it hits your skin and it cuts your skin. And And before I used to be so terrified because I'd be like, what the fuck? But you experiment. You gotta be brave. You gotta touch yourself with these chemicals to see exactly what it is they're using. It used to frighten me. It used to frighten me. But then I realized there's nothing to fear except fear. And you take on these things. The unseen hand. It's a lot of them. It's a lot of people. And my brother once told me, what are you going to do about all this backup, bro? If you do something to him, what are you going to do about all his backup? To where you come to a point in your life, you come to a point in the program, if you will, to where you say, you know what? I think I will chop his head off and I'll go sit in a prison for the rest of my life. It'll be okay. Because you push a man to his breaking point, but he doesn't really break. I think that's where they've miscalculated, Dave. Yeah. Miscalculations. They're like, Dave, how come you don't beat up girls? We need you to beat up a girl, Dave. How come you don't fucking prey on kids, Dave? We need you to do that, Dave. It's what we've been telling people. But Dave isn't this way. Dave naturally loves, gives. So I don't fit in this little scenario that they put me in. And I see they get mad at me when I dismantle their project. How do you know they get mad, Dave? Well, because they smash it. They'll punch the car. You can tell. They throw shit all over the place. Am I in more trouble than usual? No. Regular old regular. Same old, same old. And what's that, Dave? Well, when I was 14, my homeboy Lamont bumped into an ex-military billionaire kid who was delivering pizzas in my neighborhood. Lamont said that the guy grabbed him, and the guy got himself shot. And the police wanted to make it into a robbery gone wrong, and they wanted me to verify all this. And I was like, dude, I can't verify that because I don't know. And so the rich man He does what any other rich man would do, and he incorporates a group. And yes, my friends, the unseen hand has been at work in my life since I was 14 years old. Hence, in comes stage left, Edgardo Chin. First thing Edgardo Chin does is pull me out of my neighborhood, moves me to New Mexico, where the CIA play. I almost died twice there, both by car accident. But the cosmos will do what the cosmos does, and it corrects things. So no death, quick or slow. And then David has a son named David who goes and spends time with Edgardo, where he almost dies from poisoning. The CPS launched an investigation against Edgardo Chin. Then he knows he has to back up a little bit. Doing that,